Maybe.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with?
I'm not crooked, you're crooked.
It does look a little lopsided. Yes, we do.
Sorry. We're having technical problems galore.
Anyway, with who are you? Green Man?
Oh, yeah, I am green.
And me, Banshee. Hi. Welcome to the show. We've had a crazy day over here, starting with Mr. O seeing an apparition in the morning.
Yeah. Where were you, Victoria? Maybe it was you, I don't know.
Were you visiting here?
She says, not me.
That was before she heard that. That was on there already.
It was about 6:40 our time, 6:40 a.m.
She said she was asleep. And I can imagine you were.
You never know.
No, it wasn't 4 a.m. No. Even Mr. O doesn't get down here that early. All right, hey. Well, you know, this is the last of Women's History Month pretty much. Our shows. Although March 31st is Sunday, I could use it then. But I'm using the MJ Cullinane Roar Oracle because my MJ Cullinane decks are coming soon. My Liminal Forest Oracle, which looks absolutely gorgeous, and Tales for Tomorrow Lenormand. I think it's going to be MJ Cullinane-a-Palooza on Sunday. I'm going to pull out a lot of her decks that I have. Gosh, she's starting to rival Cyril Marchetti, I think, with, me having a lot of her decks.
Stop it.
Okay. It's just in time for my birthday month they decided to come, Mr. O. It's about time. I pre-ordered those like last August or something like that. Crazy. Oh, Victoria said she was working. She must have been looking for chocolate. Well, we seem to have run out of chocolate in the house. We had angel wings, also known as kruszczyki in Polish.
Kruszczyki. Which my niece calls crazy chickens.
Crazy chickies.
Crazy chickies, that's what she calls it.
Yeah, we ate the last of we had these from one of our grocery stores. They have a bakery and they have these chocolate, they're actually M&M chip cookies. Oh, they're so good. But we finished the last of those a day or two ago, I think. Mr. O, why don't you grab us a feminine hero here? Who you got? Ooh. It is Jane Jacobs. Well, and there she is. Born the year my mother was born, 1916, died 2006. An urban activist and author of the book, The Death and Life of Great American Cities. From Jane, this is a quote. While you are looking, you might as well also listen, linger, and think about what you see. I think what attracted me most to Jane Jacobs was her unwillingness to let those with more credentials and degrees deter her from fighting for something she was passionate about. Her critics tried to reduce her by calling her a housewife, but she paid them no attention and used her voice to connect with her neighbors and others who were passionate about keeping her city vibrant. When you need to stand up to those who use their degrees or their credentials as a tool to block your ideas, call on Jane Jacobs. There is nothing more powerful than an idea that resonates and inspires others. And, hey, I'm not one to deny intellect and knowledge and academia and credentials. However, people have those smarts without that a lot of times. And we should not just be thumbing our nose at people who don't have creds, as we call them even in the craft. Because even people in the craft will say, well, I'm from a lineage, blah, 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 that's from the 1600s or, whatever, hoo-ha. So I have more power and authority than you have and knowledge. That's not necessarily true. And also, this holds true for things like ageism. We should not be decrying young people because we think we're so wise. We've been around the block so many times. There are many young people as street smart and smart as the rest of us.
All right.
Anything to add to that, Mr. O?
You are always right.
So.
And thank goodness for Victoria's street cred.
Street cred. Yes, I do too. But I also have college cred. I have some credentials that say I'm a minister, but I feel I've earned them through the school of hard ministerial knocks. As opposed to formal training. I am self-taught, self-trained, self-initiated. Well, circle initiated through our circle, but, And I'm a self-taught tarot reader. So for many, many years, playing with divination since childhood. So I have creds. You have creds.
I'm looking at the chat.
Oh.
And I'm amused.
Stretch marks. Well, that can be creds. All right. You can hand the card to me, Mr. O.
I could. I'm too amused reading the chat.
You guys are such fun. All right. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're not trying to be a sham and a con artist. People, have a right to develop their skills in their own way. So, all right.
All right, moving on.
Moving on up. Why don't you start first with your deck, Mr. O?
Okay, so
and we'll be doing
Acel
a
is
cell.
first.
A cell is first.
And what is our question? Or
Does my sister Idana miss me? Does she want to come to
there
see
it is, I
me
see it.
in the capital and move? Okay.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Let's do 3 cards, and we may follow that one up with a yes/no, I think. I think what I want to do is this part about miss me, and then does she want to move to the capital as a yes/no, if it's not really clear from the cards.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm a hereditary rich, Victoria. It has been rumored that my father's mother was a witch in Poland.
Skipped a generation.
And my mother caught her doing some kind of special little ceremony over my brother when he was a baby, and she was watching him. But my mother never liked my mother, her mother-in-law. And so I don't know, how much is just my mom's blowing it out of proportion.
All right, 3 cards for Acel's question. And the first card is the reversed 7 of Pentacles. Then we have the upright 6 of Wands. And then our major arcana, the Chariot reversed.
Wow, that doesn't sound like movement to me, Acel. This may take more time. Maybe she's given up the notion of moving. That's the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And it's almost like sometimes that's about giving, well, actually, it's getting back to work now that I think about it, or moving.
But you're picking up that vibe because of the
I am
reverse
picking
chariot.
up that. Yeah, and they both kind of fit together to me because
I agree.
actually the Seven of Pentacles could be about moving on to some other projects or goals. So she may feel, and I'm looking at that Six of Wands here, does she feel she gets more attention and notice where she's at right now? And so she's worried that she won't get that kind of, she doesn't want to start over again, and maybe that's what's making her hesitate.
The question or the answer here seems a little dubious because I agree with Banshee for the most part that maybe it's not really clear that she either misses you or will move to be closer to you.
Maybe she wants, I would say this, Estelle. Maybe she wants more attention from you in this matter. She wants to feel supported in this move too. Maybe she feels she doesn't have enough support to make this move, and that she feels supported where she's at right now.
Yeah, I get the feeling like maybe you're right. Maybe she would like to do that, but she feels like she would have to do more of the heavy work, and maybe that's not as appealing to her. And I'm not sure what the heavy work would involve at this point. So what do you think?
Well, I think I want to definitely try the yes/no on this, but let me get the Lenormand
Okay.
up there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting reading. I think here that maybe she's afraid she might fail there, that she won't succeed, and that her life she could be stuck. So, because looking at those cards, I could also read that into it, Estelle. So I don't see a lot about missing or not missing you here per se, but let's take a look at these.
Yeah,
cards.
like that's not necessarily a consideration, really. The Tower is our first Lenormand,
Oh, this is interesting.
and the Bouquet.
I almost feel like, it's nothing personal to you, but she almost relishes being on her own there. I assume she is
what I'm
on her
picking up.
own, there. Maybe there's family, but she kind of is, feeling like isolating herself, that she gets more joy, that she feels more happiness there.
Right. It sounds to me like if there is any possibility, because you are sisters, you would really have to kind of sell this to her. And I'm not sure what you have to sell it to her with. That's something you can figure out maybe. But that's what I feel is like you would have to give her a really good reason to move, because she feels supported enough and she's not sure enough maybe that she would get the same level of support or care that she wants to have.
Maybe she's afraid that she won't do as well financially or, getting a job, which is odd because you moved to the capital, right? And you would think there'd be more jobs and available stuff there for her. But she feels the joy where she's at. And, it's really odd because I thought we did a reading similar to this earlier, and it seemed as though she had some misgivings or that maybe her work wasn't going to be as stable for her as she thinks. So, I don't know.
Well, we always feel that tarot's a snapshot in time and that things can change depending on new events or new ways of looking at things or feeling about things.
Let's do a yes/no on just if she's going to move or not. Let's try
All
that.
right.
You can give me those Lenormand back. Thank you. That is not like the Tarot Tower, Victoria. Don't get too excited.
I didn't want to say anything.
I know, it's still a tower. And that one at least is standing instead of crumbling.
So it's leaning towards yes, actually. We have 2 aces. I'll put those right there.
But it may not be totally easy.
However, we have the Hermit reversed.
Oh, it's the Hermit. I thought it was Justice.
And so no, it's the Hermit.
Okay.
Did you want to think about it for a minute?
Can I see it a minute?
Sure.
Why did I think it was... Is there a lantern on that one? I'll be darned.
It's 9.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I see the fire. I thought he was holding scales from my vantage point. That's what confused me.
I see we have a couple newcomers, Lena and Divine Universe. Hello.
Hey, Lena. Hi, Divine. You.
So our answer is ultimately that it's leaning towards yes, but it still seems like maybe this is a process in a way. The Hermit is maybe trying to come more to you, the idea that maybe there's a sense of overcoming whatever good feelings they have about maybe being alone or isolated or solitary.
Exactly.
And remember, we had the Tower in the Lenormand, which is pretty much a similar kind of concept.
Well, in a sense here, this is somebody who is willing to come out of their shell, come out of their cave, come out of their isolation and make that move. Maybe something will finally, get her to do this, but to me it still sounds like it's a process, Lena. It's a process, and she's got to work through some stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had Lena on my mind because Lena just came in. A cell, it's a process. And it just seems as though she's got to work herself towards this idea. Maybe she just feels uncomfortable with the idea of moving somewhere new, even if you're there for her, It's just something that she's going to have to work her way through. And once she's ready, she may decide to do it.
All right.
Good luck with that. And sorry about that. Yeah, that was for a cell. Silly me. Oh, yeah. All right,
So,
Shirley's question was posted.
Uh-huh.
What does the person on my mind think of me? All right.
Hi, Viddy.
Oh, hi, Viddy. If anybody is wondering, we will be here on Easter Sunday. Right. Let's use the 4... Oh, nope, just Raven's Dream Tarot. Ah, hi, Divine. Well, you could always leave a question, Divine, if you wanted.
Yeah, if it's convenient for you to catch it later or pick it up, later tonight or whenever. But certainly we understand the concept, and we appreciate you saying hello.
Oops. Yes, hi, Sunny. I'm trying to shuffle. You know the drill. We have the King of Swords upright. Queen of Pentacles is reversed. Oh, it's all people cards. And the Knight of Wands is upright.
I'm going to do the Lenormand. What is this deck again?
That is the Fairy Tale Lenormand.
All right, thank you. And the first one is the Mountain. And the Key. Oops. Key.
Well, the key is either overcoming some distance or obstacles, Shirley, between you. I just wanted to start with that Lenormand because that kind of stands out to me here. It does look like there's some positivity here, but I feel like maybe this person is thinking either, something has to bridge a distance between you. When I think of climbing a mountains and reaching the top, I think of, a distance, but also the fact that it could indicate obstacles. They may have obstacles in their way towards getting closer to you if that's, what your question is about.
And it could be two ways. It could be the way of saying that maybe they think you are hard to get in a way that, the key to getting through to you is figuring out whatever that is, the hunt of the mate, the mating game. But it could also be maybe more what Banshee said too, that they have other kinds of obstacles or problems in their life, to deal with first. So let's go to the reading.
Right. So I look at the King of Swords and I'm thinking they are thinking a lot about this, possibly of you. Or maybe different things in their life right now are really getting their attention. It seems like they have a lot of either major decisions or choices to make right now. And the Knight of Wands indicates to me that things are going to start getting more fast-paced in their lives. And also maybe this could indicate to me that there is a potential here that they may be thinking of initiating something or moving towards you. It's possible here because that has some romantic leanings, not so much as say the Knight of Cups, but some. It's more in terms of maybe initiating something. The Queen of Pentacles here is reversed, and it's making me wonder if they feel they don't want to hurt your feelings in some way. They want maybe to, I have to think about this one a little more. That's the first thing that popped into my head. And it's not exactly right for this card, but for some reason.
Well, let me pick it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I think, like you're saying, the King of Swords represents the idea that they are fundamentally a fair-minded person. They may have certain things that are important to them value-wise that they'll always be a proponent or an advocate for, and so maybe that's popping up here because they do feel there is a level of interest of some sort, but it's not totally clear how they come to you, because the Knight of Wands does sort of make this look like maybe there is more of a chase going on a little bit. So like maybe there is an attraction of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Queen of Pentacles maybe says that they could even be doubting themselves about what it is that's attractive or why it's attractive. So it's a little bit dubious. There is something dubious going on.
It is a little bit dubious. I don't know whether this is their feelings about you or how they're approaching the situation. Like, for example, do they think you're too, I don't want to say, how do I want to say this? That you care too much right now? Is that a good way to say it? Because
okay, that's a part of it. And you know what? I was thinking about this, from the way of, them not necessarily thinking about you, but what their qualities are. But what if they're thinking like maybe you're more fast-paced for them, like they haven't caught up with you yet?
That's a good point. That's a good point, too, is that they don't want to,
They don't want to miss out on anything, but maybe they feel...
You care too much and are moving too fast, and they just have a lot to think about. It seems to me they're doing a lot up here. And they're very analytical, and in a sense that may come off to you, surely, as being kind of cold or evasive, maybe even to some extent, but they really do step back and try to think things out. So
I think that's what we got.
I think that's what we have.
I think you should come back when maybe things move a little bit.
I wanted to add that I think that, with the Lenormand here, it's indicating that there's just some obstacles to be overcome here. That's the way this person is feeling about it. Whether it's other things in their life that's interfering, or if it's just that, there are obstacles to get together with you that they're considering in this equation. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
But yeah, come back anytime and ask us again.
Good to see you again,
want.
Shirley. And Ron. Where are we at? Libra. Silly me.
Yes, Libra.
Libra, Libra, Libra.
What hidden messages do I need to know? So that sounds like one of yours.
Yes, but your deck.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to take my Neon Tarot.
What am I going to use next? I think it's going to be the nose. Find them. Cat is making little noises here, like snoring. Oh, you woke? I'm sorry. Did you know I was talking about you?
So what hidden messages do you need to know? Something may be finished. I don't know. It's the world.
Oh.
So maybe there's something that, has moved through its stages and is now at some sense of ending. And maybe you don't realize it for some reason or another, or you don't realize what that significance is, that any ending possibly brings about a new beginning.
You are ending a cycle, Libra. That's what you need to know. Something is achieving completion in your life, whatever. I don't know why you wouldn't know this, but, maybe it's possible, too, that, we just had, for example, the death card in the tarot for our card of the day today. And, a lot of times we don't realize we're changing or we're letting go of things. And then suddenly we realize, oh, so, maybe this is it. There's some cycle or something that is ending or completing for you. And once it's over, though, I think you will realize what either a relief or how happy you are that you've completed something.
So why
is it important? Reversed. Is that the moon?
No, it almost looks like it, though, but it's cups.
8 of Cups.
Reversed.
Oh, huh.
So it may be important because maybe in not realizing this, it's a hidden message, there still is something that needs to be done.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah. And even with the world upright, that often indicates that you are nearing completion. You're not totally at the finish line yet. It's going to happen. But there may be some things to finish up, and that's magnified by this card here. Why is this important? Because you don't want to leave any loose ends. You want to complete the cycle, close the book on something, and move to the next.
Where will it lead? And it's the reversed 5 of Swords.
Dang!
Dang indeed.
Well, in a way, nobody wins with the 5 of Swords, though, so this is kind of unsettling a little bit here. I almost think that where it leads, I wanted to say, is maybe moving away from an aggressive situation, a hostile situation, a situation of arguing or bickering all the time about things, or some contentiousness, some competition that got really fierce. It's just walking away from that. But but it still doesn't necessarily feel good, which kind of flies in the face of the world.
What you have to consider is that, especially when anytime we're saying, and this one is what comes in the future, you know, as opposed to now and the past, that means it's a potentiality that could not necessarily have to be that way. So this is saying where it could lead.
Yeah.
Where it could lead, but it doesn't have to lead to this kind of sense of a real bitter defeat or real bad things happening. So we don't want that.
It could mean, well, it could mean you're closing the chapter on something that you need to, you know, you that maybe you've been feeling stuck at, and it's time to let it go. Let's see what the Lenormand has to say about this.
And that's the other thing too, is like maybe that's you destroying it. The Five of Swords. That's you saying like, I'm done.
Well, weren't you the one who drew this with your deck?
I did. First there is a mountain. There's also a fox. A foxy fox.
Well, you can overcome obstacles or maybe some of this stuff by being smart, number one. That's one thing I can see here. Being smart, being clever, being more clever than others, you can overcome this. But I can't help but wonder too, Libra, if this has something to do with a work situation or a situation where you are working with others. Maybe it's not a job, maybe it's some project or goal, or maybe it's something as a family you're working on together, and, you know, there are obstacles to overcome here. So that's maybe tied into this, what needs to be finished.
I like that. On its own, I think that the Lenormand is sort of saying really using your mind more than force, you know, to make things happen. But I think this is still possibly saying that ultimately where all of this leads to is where you just pretty much have to put down your foot or your sword wherever it needs to go.
Oh, you're very welcome, Violet. You know what? We bought Violet some Oracle decks for her birthday, for everything she does for us. We appreciate you, Violet, and we hope you enjoy them and make good use of them. And yeah, I want to report what you think of them and if they work for you well. Enjoy. Either way, enjoy. It's always fun getting new decks.
Maybe we have to buy you more or something because you're just always here, so, you know.
She's not going to argue with that.
I know. What did I do? So, listen, I wanted to talk to Victoria for a moment about her daughter being okay and saying, I want to give to you my idea to write a new book, and it's going to be real new for you. It's going to be different than what you're doing right now. Do you remember that old classic from, maybe it was from the 70s or 80s, I'm okay, you're okay? So I want you to write the new version, and it's I'm okay, you're not okay.
I don't know where he got that from.
And then there can be a sequel. I'm not okay, but you're okay.
How about the book titled Mr. O is Not Okay?
And then there's another sequel. We're not okay, but we're okay.
Oh my goodness.
You could write that. I know you could. Just have me be like a minor character in it.
Major character. Major.
Yes, I'll be Major Oberon. Major O.
He will be Major O, not okay.
But I'm looking for my missing K.
Hey, no problem, Violet. Take your time. Human's not okay. All right, Victoria, it's a serious question, and I am taking it seriously here. So is your daughter okay?
Humans. Sorry.
All right.
I know I keep laughing.
Well, we have the Empress reversed. We have the High Priestess reversed. We have the Four of Swords upright. Seems like she needs a little bit of self-care here. She probably has not been taking the best of care of herself. Let me just say that, Victoria. The Four of Swords indicates a need for rest, a need for recuperation. And when you have the Empress reversed is about self-care, and is about taking care of yourself and maybe not doing that great a job of it. It's time she needs to start taking better care of herself, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I sense it could be physical, like maybe she has a slight sick spell going on, possibly. Could you... never mind. I do think here, with the High Priestess reversed, she really hasn't been paying attention to the cues her body, her mind, or her spirit has been telling her about this need for, taking care of herself better.
My turn?
Yes, I went through the whole thing.
Yeah, she doesn't have a clue. She is enacting totally in a here and now kind of situation. She doesn't seem to have a lot of spiritual or intuitive vibe kind of going on. Maybe you can correct me on that or not. But I also feel too that, right, she needs to do some self-care now. And I don't know if it's because she's ill. She might be. But it might just be because she's just in a weird space. Maybe this whole idea about her being unconnected spiritually or intuitively is just a weird space right now. So I'm going to say maybe that's it. Because the Four of Swords is sort of saying like she's doing something differently. She's sort of pulling back a little bit. And so maybe she's pulling back from something that's a little bit, more spiritual. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not, I see what you're saying
She's
there, that she had two readings, that her daughter is okay. It could be just a slight sick spell. She needs to take better care of herself.
We both
That's
agree.
really what I think the message is here. And she really doesn't give it a lot of thought.
It's not mice, but it's something that mice don't like. Snake!
Ooh, see?
And letter. Your baby's going to write you a letter? I don't know.
Why would you even say that? This is about,
Because,
is her daughter okay?
Well,
I think
her daughter's her baby.
I think that what this is saying is that she might... This one's a hard one for me. There seems to be they feel betrayed here. She feels like some news she's gotten has betrayed her in some way. I don't know what this has to do with her health. So maybe I don't know if she's seeing a doctor or if she's gotten, some advice from someone, and it didn't make her better.
Is there a health condition that she might be trying to hide or something, or being deceptive about?
That could be too.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe it is about, people who betray
there.
her through words or,
communication,
because that is the letter. So maybe. Well, it would be nice, but with that High Priestess reversed, she really has to clear her head. She has to clear her head and trust her gut more. Maybe deep down she realizes something's not right, but she's allowing herself to be betrayed. So
we don't think everything is totally okay for your daughter.
But I don't see anything that's really serious.
Right.
Other than the fact that, she's not taking the best of care of herself. and she needs to do that. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. It could be.
In your head. Look at him writhe over there.
All right.
Okay, well, that's kind of specific. In a way.
So good luck with that. And V. What do we got for V? Is it V? It's Divine Empress first. Oh, how did I get those two mixed
Divine
up?
Empress, yeah.
Okay, Divine Empress.
A delay happening for me when it comes to celebrating my birthday, or can I actually celebrate my birthday the week after or 2 weeks after? Well, if it was me, 2 weeks after would be a delay too. Just saying. Yeah, that's sassy, all right.
So you want to know basically if you can celebrate it the week or the 2 weeks
If
after.
there will be a delay.
You still see a delay for me when it comes to celebrating my birthday, or can I actually? She wants to celebrate the week after or 2 weeks after. So let's check on that and just throw 3 cards and see.
Okay, and she says yes, but I'm not sure what she's saying yes to.
What I said.
Maybe. Fine. 3 cards.
Sonny's got his head hanging over here now.
It's the devil. Upright. And it's... Shut up.
Here's Sassy. She started.
Read your chat. They've been on it already.
What is that?
5 of Pentacles. Upright.
Okay.
And our reverse card is another 5. It's the 5 of Chalices or Cups. Reversed.
Wow. Well, I don't mind that 5 of Cups reversed so much, but those other 2 make me wonder. Again, maybe we'll have to follow up with a yes-no on this one, but let me see. Maybe we should have done that to begin with. I didn't think about it. Uh-oh.
Is Victoria gone? It's the mice and the lilies.
Well,
Dang.
I think 2 weeks may not be out of the picture, but I'll tell you, it's kind of hit and miss here. There's either some troubles or some annoying delays. Something, the mice is temporary, so it may be something you'll be able to overcome. But the lilies are there too, and I just wonder about that, almost as if it's saying that little things are building up so that it may interfere with your plans, It's going to be a little bit stressful, but remember, you should be able to get beyond this. It just may not work out the way you want. I think the devil here upright indicates that there's restrictions. There may be some things blocking your plans in some ways or holding you back from doing it in the time frame that you want. I'll stop there. I did the Lenormand in there.
No, I agree with that very much, that the devil is saying that for some reason you're not going to be able to make the best decision. Either somebody wants to make the decision like, we're taking you, so it's going to be this way, or whatever that is. But something doesn't allow you to make that decision fully, or maybe it's a delay beyond the 2 weeks, of course.
And is that 5 of Pentacles upright or reversed?
This one?
Yeah.
It's upright.
It's upright. So I can't help but wonder here if there isn't either sickness or some other issue involved here. Maybe pulling everybody together to celebrate with if you're planning a big party. That could be part of the problem.
It seems like maybe there's at least one person or somebody in particular who isn't able to come along maybe, and so that's kind of like a deal breaker. Like if this person doesn't come, then there's a delay.
Either that, or like I said, just pulling everybody together. And the what is that? The five of
Cups
the five
reversed.
of cups. You have to really try to make opportunities to make this happen. In other words, you may have to make accommodations to try to get everybody together at the right place, everybody to be happy with where and how you want to celebrate it. You know, the Five of Cups here is talking about there could be opportunities here, but you're going to have to make them. You're going to have to find a way to overcome these blocks and make it happen. So it's not out of the woods that it won't happen. And that's why I'm thinking maybe 2 weeks might be the better possibility here. And the other thing I want to remind you, Divine Empress and everybody, is that Mercury's going retrograde Monday. And so that could put a damper on a lot of planning and a lot of communications, trying to pull everybody together, for example.
I kind of agree with you, Ari, that maybe, you know, it'll be okay if you get 3 people. It just might be that maybe there's a reason why you can't get all the people potentially you would like in that time frame. So it'll be on you. And I think if you don't want to go too much beyond that, you probably should just settle for what's the best you can get. If that's okay, you know, if like you say 3 people's fine, you know, 3 and you, that's 4. So
I don't think I'm going to do yes, no on this. I think this kind of answers it. It's really,
no.
Even though it's still a little bit up in the air, I think it's possible to do it within, you know, by the second week for sure. And there's just going to be obstacles and frustrations in getting there.
Yeah, I don't think it's because of people are necessarily sick. They might say that just because it's a good excuse.
Yeah, I hope not. I know. But you know, there's still a lot of stuff going around, not just COVID.
That's true, too. That's why it's a good excuse, because there is stuff going around.
Well, excuse or reality. I mean,
Yeah,
some people might really
sure.
be sick. So I'm not saying I don't see anything here that looks deceptive to me.
True.
I like, for example, the snake in the Lenormand.
It's just the mice.
It's just the mice, which means stress
What are you
and
doing?
anxiety, trying to pull it all together, or possible ill health. And when you look at the devil card, too, that can be an indication of that, because the devil being about restrictions and restricted movement could be about people who can't get out because they're ill. So there is that possibility. I can't rule it out.
Hi, Jennifer.
I wish you luck with that. Hey, Jennifer.
All right, good luck, Ari. And happy birthday. Whenever it is.
All right, so we are on V. Hi, V.
Hi, V.
Let's see. How will April go for me? Oh, it's your birthday month, too? V, don't forget to ask us for a birthday reading when it's around your birthday.
Right, we'll do them on Thursdays or Sundays, but we like to know ahead of time because we'll probably do it right at the beginning of the show, whether you're here or not. You'll just have to go to the show to watch it, you know, one way or the other.
Right, even if you can't be here, we'll do it like right after our card for the collective, our oracle card, and we'll just do that birthday reading. So, you know, plan it either for when you're here, or if you can't make it, let us know what date's closest to your birthday, and we'll do it for you.
Looks like Violet's ready to take notes.
All right, and that goes for you too, Divine. Wait, did we do Divines already?
I don't remember.
I don't
We might
remember. But if we haven't, we'll do yours too.
All right,
Of
so-
course we haven't, because it's not her birthday yet, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway.
V, how will April go for me? Okay, so that's the question.
And it's my deck, correct?
Sure, Jack?
I think so.
Yeah, you're right.
it's the Page of Swords reversed. No surprise with Mercury going retrograde for much of the month. Uh-oh, the High Priestess is reversed. Uh-oh, they're all reversed, and you have 2 pages in this reading. The Page of Wands is reversed. Wow, V. Let's see what Mr. O has with the Lenormand before I go into detail.
The Anchor.
Oh.
And what is it that is being
Depends
anchored?
what it's with.
The Mountain.
Dang it, that's the 3rd time the mountains have come up. And you know, with Mercury going retrograde,
Yeah.
this should not be a surprise.
Stop dumping, Violet.
What was that about?
Let's not forget the solar eclipse energies and the new moon to boot.
Yeah, okay. That's right. The solar eclipse is coming, and I don't know what to say. It is going to be a wonky month, I think, for a lot of us. And so and the cards are kind of indicating this, you know?
Yeah, let's look at
So
this.
let's take a look. It just seems to me, V, it's hard for you to get things off the ground this month. I'm going right to that Page of Wands there. It's hard for you to get things off the ground this month. Get things started, get things initiated that you want to get going. And when you look at the other page, the Page of Swords, it just seems like you can't connect with people that maybe could help you get things initiated, get things going, or do, you know, or the people that you want to connect with in this month. It just seems like there's troubles, there's struggles, there's miscommunication. Things can go wrong, and that surely sounds like the influence of Mercury retrograde to me. The High Priestess reversed here indicates to me that you may have a trouble getting a bearing on how to figure things out. It just seems like you're even doubting yourself, you know, your inner self, to come up with a solution to how to make things happen this month.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd like to say April seems like it's a mess for you. But
well, it's not. I mean, I don't think the whole month is going to be a
I'm
mess,
being facetious.
but I think as far as initiating things and dealing with others goes,
it's not going to be your best month. It just does seem like maybe there are things that you're not finding out, or that you can't quite understand, or that you didn't see coming, some curveballs maybe of sorts. And a lot of that, I think it's what we said, is because of the Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure if it's hitting you any more than it may be hitting everybody else, but because it's April, and that's going to be most of April, it sort of is a big panorama for you in a way. So I think it's also saying too that to some degree this is just not a month for you to feel a lot of initiative towards things. You might feel like, you know, you're just not your best advocate in some ways. So you may just want to try to, you know, kind of take it easier if you can, and not have to make any crucial decisions.
That's another good point.
And that's the thing about Mercury retrograde.
Yeah, you know, this is a time more for planning than doing. So you're going to have to spend a bit of this month trying to sort things out. And I want to get to something Violet brought up too in a minute, and you won't be. Let me take care of that, because I have to talk about some of this stuff that's going on, solar flares and everything. And you know, with the mountains here in the Anchor, it just seems like little obstacles are blocking your path. This is very clear what's going on here with this Page of Wands reversed. There is mountains of obstacles that seem to be stuck in place. You feel like you can't find your way through them. With the High Priestess here, you gotta really go within, do some serious thinking as to how you're going to navigate all of this. And what I wanted to add real quick before Mr. O chimes in on that is that, you know, there's been an awful lot of solar activity as well. And I can really relate to Violet bringing this stuff up, not just for the astrological or that element, but because I'm very tied into nature and rhythms. And I do think, so maybe I haven't realized it, but I do think some of these things have been affecting me on a physical level. And so I do feel that, we can't rule some of this stuff out going on. The sun is having some real major activity right now, and it is affecting things. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Eclipses even aside. Sorry.
So, anyways, V, if it seems like you're the poster child for Mercury retrograde this upcoming month, then you should just remember that you should get your royalties for that. But literally, it looks like it's a month of a lot of kind of back and forth obstacle-ish, and we didn't really say anything specific because it just sort of doesn't seem really specific, like it's going to cover a number of things.
Right. I think that it's it's not going to be a perfectly bad month, but I do think don't try to maybe initiate anything new this month. Try to just get through the month, without initiating anything new, and be very clear in your communications with others. Try to be as clear as possible. And maybe you'll be able to overcome some of these obstacles that seem to be in your way. Right. So I wish you luck with that. And don't forget your birthday reading. All right, we are on
Zen.
Zen. Hi, Zen. I don't know. I've been feeling physically drained. Just drained. And I've been trying to figure out why, but I'm thinking more and more there's a nature component going on here.
Okay, Nagar M, we can add you.
Thanks for leaving your question. Violet will take it down, our moderator, and we will put you on the list. You'll see the list popping up periodically, and you'll know when we get to you. Thank you for stopping in. All right. Who are we on? We are on
Zen.
Zen, that's right.
General love reading.
Okay. Your deck.
Yes.
What is with the mountains? And see, we're getting the mountains in everybody's reading, and we're using two different decks of Lenormand here. So it just seems like this month is going to be hard to get things going. There's obstacles and blocks.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the Black Tarot.
Okay.
For no particular reason.
Oh, I even had trouble keeping up with my chair yoga routine today, but I was drained after that. And it's not like me. I've been so into a groove with that lately.
Okay, general love reading for Sun. First card is Queen of Swords upright. Hi there. Hello.
Oh, a love reading. Okay. Queen of Swords upright.
Second card is Reversed Star. And last card is Upright Three of Pentacles.
Huh.
So it's kind of interesting.
Well, it's a general love reading. I don't know if you have anybody in your life right now, Zen. Let's throw this out there. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the card. Grab it.
You can grab it.
What did you say?
You can grab it. Didn't think I'd say it again?
I'm glad you did.
The child. Okay, thank you, Nagar. Maybe a few readings before we get to you. Okay, so general love reading, and then we got the child and the ring. So that's kind of like the money shot in a way. This may be saying that, you're probably going to take your time finding somebody that you feel you want to truly bond with, the ring being, a symbol of that in some form.
Did you read the other cards already? You
No, I
went there
didn't.
first. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, 'cause you did that once.
I thought that's an interesting point. So the Queen of Swords is upright. I think that you may have a decision to make this month regarding either a relationship you're currently in or one that is the Queen of Swords, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe something, maybe somebody who comes into your life and you're
Something
debating whether, you want to trust them, you want to date them. It seems like you're fighting against a lot of pessimism right now, or maybe dwelling too much on past disappointments. That needs to change. I think this month maybe the retrograde, because it gets us thinking a lot, the retrograde. You might be backpedaling a little bit here and dwelling too much on things that have disappointed you in love in the past. The Three of Pentacles upright indicates to me that that it's possible here that somebody could come into your life, possibly, if you're not, as I said, in a relationship already, that is interested in being with you. Now, that's kind of a working card. So I can't help but wonder here if it doesn't come through school or work that you meet this individual. This may be somebody who you are familiar with, on a level of working with them in some way. Even if, let's say, it's in a social organization that you belong to. It's almost as if you guys feel like you're compatible in some way, that you are a good team. But this is going to be really slow to coalesce. Mr. O is right. Before anybody commits to anything, I almost feel like there's kind of a real assessment period going on here.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to that last tarot card, the Three of Pentacles or Spheres here.
Yeah, what do you
And
think
I think
of that?
what that's saying, Zen, is that you will find probably better success maybe when you begin to think about this as some sort of mutual partnership. Thinking of it in maybe a little bit more of a business sense.
Nice.
And so even if it happens because you know this person through work or some other kind of more gainful, vocation, I think this is saying really success comes, maybe when you take it sort of as kind of a project to work on together. And maybe that's why it ends up going slower, because maybe you decide you can, work in steps towards that fulfillment. The star reversed, of course, may be indicating that to some degree, you are having some feelings of pessimism about, hopefulness. And maybe that's why you want to take that slower route, which is really expressed through those cards, in my opinion. The Three of Pentacles being sort of the idea of doing everything in an order or a systematic way kind of is lending itself to that.
Is it possible? Well, I like part of what he said there, in that I wonder too, when I look at this combination of cards, is it possible that you're really discouraged about somebody, whether you're in a relationship or somebody that you meet, as to whether or not you can really work together well? But it does seem like indications are that you could. I think here too, I like this idea of a team player. Is this person willing to be, maybe you're worried that you will never find somebody who, or if you're in a relationship now, that this person won't be an equal partner with you. Working together to build the relationship on more healthy grounds. I can see that with that card too. So he made me think about that a little bit when he said what he said.
A systematic approach of some sort.
And all good, relationships should take their time as they build that bond, as they build that commitment together. So nothing, it looks like, is going to happen overnight here. But I almost think there's somebody that could be coming into the picture that you are thinking about having a long-term commitment with, but you have some doubts. You do have some doubts, and you're trying to work through that.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I need my pen. I need my pen. You.
Yes, we saw Kara wants an oracle top and bottom, I think.
Oh, okay.
Top and bottom.
You got it, Kara. But what will I use? I think it's going to be the Sacred Destiny.
Ooh, how nice. How nice. I have Decapalooza out here.
And Sunday I'll have a new Oracle deck, the Liminal Forest one. I'm sure it'll be a worthy one for Oracle seekers. All right, Sonny, now where am I supposed to shuffle?
You want me to shuffle?
No. Oh. Shuffle and cup. We'll let Mr. O shuffle.
What could possibly go wrong, Kara?
It's on him now, Kara.
Would you let this man shuffle your oracle deck?
Mr. O needs more oracles, I think.
That sounds simply horrible.
Horrible. You're silly.
Okay.
Well, the top card, Kara, is... Ooh, that's a beauty.
Just blame me.
Is Wonders.
Wonders. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that.
And the bottom card is Diligence.
Well, let's just throw a couple Lenormand on those two, eh?
I'm going to Wonders. I wonder about Wonders. It's the last card in the deck. And of course that's, even though it looks purpley, it's a quartz crystal.
Ship and house. A house ship. All right. Wonder Bread.
The Sacred Landscape wants you to know, just around the corner, exciting possibilities are waiting for you, Kara. Wonders will be abounding in your life. Sometimes they won't be apparent at first. Nevertheless, they are there. The more you see them and embrace them, the more these possibilities will grow in magnitude. Celebrate and cherish even the smaller ones, no matter how tiny they may seem. Let go of expectations. Don't limit the way that you think that wondrous events could appear in your life. Be open. If you believe, anything and everything is possible. I just want to make sure that's the end. Yes, it was. And that's a good point here. Sometimes, we don't realize some of the little wonders that happen in our lives every day. And so I think here this is saying, don't have these always high, pie in the sky expectations of what these wondrous events should be for you, Kara. Sometimes they come packaged as small little wonders. That's the first card. Do you have anything to add right now?
And I like the fact that they put it with quartz too, because a lot of times, we've learned that we can, really program our quartzes, by meditating with them and by, trying to project various energies into them or aligning them with other, kind of things that we do. So I like that whole idea. It's
Wonder
wondrous.
bread.
I know. Well, it's got some of those colors
Hey.
on the wrapper.
Well, listen to what diligence has to add. Yes, diligence has to add to this equation. There are times in life to step forward and take risks, but there are other times to be patient, step carefully and slowly, and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. Your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is a time for deliberate organization. Clean house. Clear clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it with. You hear that, Kara? Be diligent concerning with whom you spend it with. We've been DMing lately about something. So, at any rate, clear out relationships that do not support you.
Well, I like diligence a lot myself, too. I think it really is the way of success.
Well, but not only that, I liked what it said here about instant gratification. Sometimes the wonders are there, but they don't just always pop up instantaneously. They may evolve slowly. And I think diligence is also telling you to pay attention. Do due diligence to looking for these wonders that exist in your life, because clearly these cards say they're there. And what does Lenormand have again? It's a ship and the house?
Right.
Oh. So it might have to do with that cleaning house aspect, Kara. Maybe it's time to shake things up in your house a little bit. Hey, when we clean house sometimes, we find wondrous things that we had totally forgotten we had. So maybe as you clean your room or your space, you could look out for those little wonders that might be squirreled away, and maybe it's time to give them some diligence once more.
So did you cover the Lenormand?
I did, just now.
Oh, okay.
I said it could have to do with the cleaning aspect of that card. Remember how it said it was time to clean house? I said to move things around in the house.
Oh, so then it's feng shui as well.
Maybe. Oh,
So,
yeah, I like that.
There you go. A
Uh-oh.
placement for everything and everything to be placed.
I have a sunny hair in my mouth, I think.
Oh, you do. Hi, Lilith. I saw you snuck in there.
Oh, hi, Lilith. And I
You all
can't
right?
remove whatever it is.
Should I take the camera off you?
Yeah, take the camera off. Keep it off for a minute. Sorry, guys. Oh, I got it. Oh, my gosh. What the heck? Okay. Anyway.
Violet's asking the question.
For who? SP?
No, the question to us. 6 in 45 minutes seems to be kind of...
Oh, I think we could keep the list open
Yeah,
still.
don't close it just yet.
Not yet. Sorry I missed that. I was busy trying to dislodge something. Anyway, okay. That's what we have for you, Kara. It was good reading. Good luck with that.
All right.
Okay, so we are on, I think it's SP.
That's right. And the question is already there.
And I didn't have SP on my list.
Oh, and there's Divine Universe. And you got back just with a question. Great.
Okay. Well, you're still a little ways down, but not too far. Just a couple in front of you. The one we're doing now and one other one. What?
Nothing. Whose deck is it?
I just did an oracle deck, so you should go ahead.
All right. Okay.
General message. Okay. Go
General
ahead.
message. Well, I'm going to use my Karma Music Tarot.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So you'll be the next one after this one, Divine.
Yep. No, is that true?
That's what Violet says.
SP Lena.
It's because you know why.
No, I don't.
Because we didn't think she was staying, so we didn't list
Oh.
her. Are you happy now?
I had SP Lena and then Divine though.
Okay. Figure it out.
I had wrote that down, so I don't know. Okay, I'll take your word for it. And then Lena's next.
So this is just the general message. The star reverse.
That's it. I got them reversed, I guess. Okay.
The Queen of Coins. And the Eight of Cups. So this was SP. So it's a general message. The star is reversed as the beginning, but the Queen of Coins and the Eight of Cups are both up and mean, of course, better things. The star could be saying that in general there is a sense of maybe not feeling, incredibly hopeful, that there's just been a feeling like, things haven't really worked in your favor. But the Queen of Coins maybe is indicating that it is just time for you to mostly focus more on what your own abilities or skills can actually do in the situation. The Queen of Coins is pretty much a self-starter and knows what to do sometimes to get things moving along or to express herself as fully as possible. Then you finally move to the Eight of Cups, and that has the indication really of you sort of making your move finally, and maybe realizing that wherever you go, it's better what's in front of you than maybe what you have already been through. And so that there's really no question that you made the right move and that you are moving in a better direction.
Well, SP, it seems as though there's some definite pessimism, some disappointments that you're dealing with that you feel were possible setbacks. You're just not sure what the future holds for you right now. But I feel here that you may not realize what a good place you are in. You yourself are in a good position and a good place to make things happen in your life, to be creative, to be productive, to bring in, financial rewards that, you deserve, to be in a good place business-wise and financially. And the Eight of Cups is saying if you've been feeling stuck where you're at, or that there's no future, then it's time to create one. It's time to move towards one, because you're very capable of doing that with the Queen of Coins here. It's time for you to make a move to something that elevates you, something that challenges you maybe a little bit more, something that inspires you instead of brings you down. And
the clover, though, is here in Lenormand. And the dog...
Well, I almost feel like there is luck or something maybe coming through someone that, whether this is somebody in the workplace who has your back, or whether this is somebody, in the business world in general, or if this is friend or family. There is luck here for you of some sort, moving you forward, maybe helping you find, a better, some goals or something to aspire to through them, through support.
Right. In all of this, I think that's clearly what it is saying, is that, luck will come to you, but you have to sort of Be loyal to it in your own sense too, that this is really about you having a trust or belief that things are going to move you in that right direction, or that the belief that luck is going to be an important part of it. So it is about timing, perhaps. It is about how you actually, kind of fashion, things that are going along.
Well, it definitely has a timing element to it. It can happen rather out of the blue, too, I think is what this is saying as well, is that maybe some opportunities will come out of the blue unexpectedly, just when you feel like all is lost. But really, it's never been lost. You've always had options, you've always had an ability to move forward and take care of yourself. And, there's something better waiting for you, I think, is what this is saying. So good luck with that. I like it.
Okay, so now it's divine. All right.
All right, Divine. Let's see the question again. What are the Well, wait, that's Lilith.
It's right at the end. It's the very last one.
Yeah, Sunny's in my way. I got it. How's my this big move looking? I already see a lot of negative things are unfolding. Will this big move be fruitful and successful? Uh-oh. Well, it's always stressful to make a big move. That's for any move. So, a big move, we can just say, whoop. Yeah. My deck. All right. I want this. Oh, yeah. Not changing my mind now. All right. The Nine of Swords is reversed. Six of Pentacles is upright. And the Two of Swords is upright. Why don't you put those Lenormand out there too for this one? Let's see what we have.
The Ring. The Garden.
Well, I think, the Nine of Swords is reversed, which indicates to me that, Divine, if it's stressful now, rest assured that some of your anxieties, some of your fears, some of your doubts about where things are headed are going to ease a bit. They're going to ease a bit. Or you're going to get a firmer handle on how to deal with the things that are stressing you out. I'll stop there. I'm going to go card by card.
I like your comment too. Yes, you're right. So I feel like I have to draw that first card in connection with the following card too, because I think the reason why the stress does really start to go away and you start to feel more secure is because that Six of Pentacles that follows it. And that Six of Pentacles says that one of the biggest factors, I think, is really feeling like everybody is supportive, that there's just that supportive, and that it specifically translates to what you need financially too, I think.
I'm going to look at that a little bit differently in that I feel here you're going to start to get a better handle on how to navigate through the things that are stressing you out by really getting in the flow of things, making sure that that everything is kind of moving in a certain flow. Everything is flowing in the right direction. Everything is flowing like what you're putting out, you're getting back in some way. That's the financial support thing he was talking about.
So,
What?
are you saying maybe like immerse oneself in what they're doing? Or
Exactly. I mean, immerse yourself into, because I was saying here, now that you are getting a hand, it looks like you will be getting a handle on the things that are stressing you out. It may be because you are finally getting in the flow of this. You're finally finding your flow. And I think here he might be right that there could be others that may end up helping you and supporting you in this too. But it's a two-way street. Remember, it's a two-way street. You have to give as much as you get as much as you give. And the last card is a little bit I wonder about here. It seems like something may be holding you back from making important moves or decisions you need to make. The Two of Swords is here and it's upright. And it's saying right now it's almost as if you want to pull back and stop and really assess things more. But it just seems to me like the time for that is really past. I think you have to really try to overcome this need to overthink things right now and just get a handle on managing things now.
Well, I like what you said there, Divine, and I do feel that maybe to some degree this could signify some sense of having control, but not necessarily knowing exactly everything that's going to unfold or how you're going to do that. And so that's why immersing yourself, as we've been talking, or being in the flow will also be helpful to you. So I like all of that. This really sort of says you have a sense of balance that you need too, maybe more so than actual control.
So will the move be successful, or will it be problematic? Will there be bumps along the way? I think there are things that are getting under your skin a little bit, but you are, like you said, you are in control. You are overcoming them. So it's just a matter of getting in the flow and taking things as they come, and not allowing yourself to do any kind of overthinking.
All right, I agree with that. I had a thought about the Lenormand. Did you?
Yeah, you can go ahead with the Lenormand.
Well, I think that it kind of goes along with the idea about being somewhat immersive and involved in the flow of things. That I think this is saying too, for you to be kind of publicly known too, either in the actual public social life or in a particular public life of, Gaurav or his business or education or religion or other things, other children, other things. I think this is saying you need to have a public face in this part of your life.
Well, I don't know if it relates to that or not, but I do see what he's saying, and I would say that you're going to have to make a commitment to being more socially active. I feel whether it's with family, whether it's, outside of the family, networking, whatever the case may be, I think that you should make a commitment to that. Being a part, of community, or, more assertive, as part of your tribe, your family.
I think these things say you're going to probably do pretty good.
Yeah, I don't see any kind of burbles here other than, and I maybe you won't agree with me, but I do think you sometimes overthink things a little bit. And I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. I am guilty as charged. I do the same thing. So no worries. Good luck with that.
And that thick skin will serve you well.
Yeah. And yes, Violet, I will use this deck for you.
So great luck. Keep in touch. Oh, great.
Oh, nice. Maybe that's what that was about, the commitment to that event. Awesome.
Yeah. Your involvement in that event.
Ah, nice.
The garden could represent that.
It absolutely could.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, good luck to you. Oh, did I drop that? I probably did. There we go. All right.
You are welcome.
So, Lena is next, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I am right. My question, a spirit reading for the next 8 weeks, please. All right.
You're very welcome.
Are you shuffling your
Best
deck?
wishes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just catching up. Thank you, Divine.
Aw. Take care, Divine.
All right. So our first card is the Hermit reversed. And the next card is the Eight of Pentacles.
What's the first card again? Hermit
The
reversed?
Hermit reversed.
The Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Upright?
No, it's reversed.
Okay.
And the Nine of Cups is also reversed.
Jeez. And this is for how many weeks? 8 weeks.
The Coffin. And it was spirit reading. Okay, so it wasn't specific to business or anything. Okay, well, this is an interesting reading.
Well, I don't know what to say. You know, I don't recall if it was you, Lena, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I thought you were asking recently, too, about somebody's health. So, I don't like seeing the coffin in the home there, especially if it was a family member. Though, you know, I'm not going to say there's a death in the home, but there could be some sort of ending attached to the home. You know, whether somebody leaves home, whether somebody, whether you yourself are thinking of moving is a possibility. When I see those Lenormand, I'm just throwing out all the possibilities here, but something in the home or in a home is coming to an end. It could also mean that maybe, you know, the next 8 weeks, it could indicate to me that maybe some of your comfort, your support, your sense of security, personal security, is coming to an end. And I want to talk about that in relation to the cards I see here. Because the first card, the Hermit reversed, well, it indicates to me a need to maybe reach out to others at this time. You know, that you need to see more people and be around people more, I think. It just would pick up your mood, pick up your spirits in order to do so. What is that one again? I can't tell.
That's the Eight of Pentacles.
Eight of Pentacles.
Reversed.
It seems like it's more important for you to get out and try to do things with others than to work on projects or goals at this time. Just the motivation doesn't seem to be there, and the desire seems to be lacking as well. And I feel like you need people right now. Maybe there's just some situation you feel vulnerable about, or something that has come to an end in your life that has kind of made you feel isolated or lonely in some way. You need people and support right now in these next 8 weeks.
Hi, John, and I think we can add you, and Violet will close the list with that one. So Yes, Lena, a lot of this is really looking like situations are sort of coming to conclusions or things are changing. The Hermit reverse could be saying that there is a situation where someone is maybe coming from a sense of not really being connected. Maybe they're isolated, maybe they're a distant member of the family. I don't know, I'm not sure. But that Eight of Pentacles sort of has a sense of things not really working, like sort of a sense of, something disorganized or something not really working appreciative towards the way that maybe they should know better, training or education. And the Nine of Cups really speaks for itself in a sense, being reversed, like there just feels like there's little enjoyment, or that there are things that were once enjoyable but now are. So it feels like this is the status quo for about 8 weeks, and I do think it reflects on something going with the houses Banshee has been talking about. And I'm wondering if it means that maybe there is a change in the house of some sort, that maybe it could be actually you leaving the house for various reasons, that maybe you are moving to some other situation, or somebody else is, and it does feel like there's a sense of discohesion.
Something is coming to an end in the home, and like I said, I hope it's not somebody, like I said, that could be passing, a family member, an elderly family member, etc. But it could be less dramatic than that, Lena. Often it is. I can't rule that out with the Lenormand.
I think Violet was asking for our opinion or help.
I'm sorry, Violet was asking about what?
Would like some guidance on this, please. That's about 8 from the bottom. So I don't know if that's referring to Vidi's question that's above it.
Oh, yeah, I think it's Vidi's question.
Okay. Well, I think you have to kind of spend a little time looking at the chat now and then.
Should I be as confused as you are? No,
Okay.
I could see that right away. That was probably the end of Vidi's question.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I didn't know that, but
I could tell.
I know, but it was like addressing John too. Like I couldn't get in because you just kept going, and I wanted to be able
We're
to
here
give
to
them an answer.
read. Violet keeps the list. We can check.
Violet
things
had
as
said
we
be
go.
right back and had actually left for a little bit.
I think you waste too much time on that. Now, let's get back to the reading.
Okay. I said what I said.
Okay, so I think I'm done, actually. I think I've said what I've said, too. Just want to say, Lena, just understand that sometimes I have to tell you about things I see with the Lenormand that could be a little bit jarring, but the Lenormand is kind of like that sometimes, so I'm not going to not say it. All right.
All right.
That's what we have for the reading from Lena. Good luck with that, Lena. Sounds like a rough few weeks. And again, Mercury is retrograde. This just seems like it is a difficult time for a lot of people. Yes, he did say to close the list. All right. Yes. I'm glad your mom's health is better, so it's probably something else, Lena, which is good. So that's good to hear. I'm really glad to hear that. Okay, we are on Vidi. And Vinny's question, the fashion design thing that gets some experience before. So I'm going to do 2 and 2. And it's going to be like this. The first 2 cards are going to be about whether you should go on with your masters. And the second 2 cards are about getting experience first. Let's see what we can find out. Okay, I want to do that, and then I want to do that, and then I want to do that. Okay, so the first card for getting your masters is the 6 of Swords reversed. And along with that is the 2 of Pentacles reversed. And for getting experience first, interesting, we have the 4 of Pentacles. No, that goes with that. The 4 of Pentacles is upright. And the 6 of Wands is upright. Very interesting.
These are the 2 Lenormand that go with that. First was the stork. And then was the snake.
Ooh.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
And then with the other one, get some experience. The first card was clouds, and that was followed by the letter.
Well, for the most part, it looks like the second, getting the experience first, might serve you better. But, higher ed is never a bad thing to get. However, it just looks like there's some stumbling blocks here right now with getting that master's degree. If I look at the oh gosh, what is that? It's the
6 of Swords.
Yes, that's totally
it's the
Six of Swords. And it's reversed, which means there's no. It actually could be an impediment. Or there may be impediments blocking you from getting that master's degree right now. Maybe you don't have the finances together. Maybe, your life is kind of chaotic right now and it would be hard for you to pull off getting that degree because of this 2 of Pentacles reversed here. There's definitely some problems in going for that degree, wouldn't you say?
Well, it almost feels like at some point you might find out, you actually don't have all the credits. You have to go back. Or something is not quite finished with this is the education process.
But could it also mean maybe you would not finish it?
Well, it could mean that, I suppose. Yeah. It could mean that was a thing that was unfinished. But to me, the action sort of represents the idea of going back towards that. But not necessarily, I suppose. And then how did you see
I didn't do the Lenormand yet.
Okay.
So the Lenormand is interesting to me because I see the snake and I see the stork here. You may think this is the right direction for you to go. This could be the beginning that you need. It could get you, maybe your footing. You may feel that this may allow you to start your career in a better position. But is that really true? Are you really fooling yourself here? Do you really need that at this point to get things off the ground and to get started? With the snake there, I wonder.
Yes, it almost has a feel that if somebody is trying to make you see a plan to go back to school, that there may be some things that are not being clearly represented about it. So you may have to really read all of the fine print. That kind of thing.
Now, as for going the other direction to get the experience first, you have the 4 of Pentacles here. How would you look at that in this reading?
This is the idea about going for more experience.
Yeah, do you think that that would mean that it's valuable? It might be valuable for you to do so, and there would be things that you could really hold on to from that experience, take away so that you can then spearhead off into your own business or whatever it is you're trying to do.
I think it is about building up a resume. I think it is about building up a collection of things that are basically tasks or skills that you would be able to point to. And of course, the Six of Wands.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Always has that idea of being able to be seen for that too. So I think this looks from those cards there like it's a better concept to work with.
Well, with the Six of Wands, it indicates to me that you're getting yourself out there and recognized, right on the get-go. I mean, it might be too hard for you to be doing this at the same time you're doing your master's, and maybe you're beginning to realize that. And I just have to say, Viddy, I worked for many, many years in my field, not as a librarian, but in libraries for years before I went back and finally got my master's degree. And I elevated myself step by step along those ways. So, there is something to be gained by getting that experience first. And that's what I'm getting from these cards here. You could build up a positive reputation for yourself, which could go far.
Well, a lot of times, when the cloud's light side is facing, it sort of says you've tackled the things that were confusing or mysterious and kind of understand them better. And so the letter is facing that. And I got the idea, like, there is that possibility that if you inquire, sometimes people can give you college credits for other experience.
That's true.
It depends on the university and how they're situated with that.
I don't know
but
about
you
with
might
the
want to
masters.
check into it.
Yeah, I don't know about with a master's, but
Yeah.
that that's
It's
very
worth
good.
asking about.
I think here
seeing.
that maybe this is saying, the letters are about documents in a way and stuff, and so it's kind of like what you said earlier about building your resume. That letter could be, a document could indicate your resume.
Which
that
basically shatters all
it
the
could look a lot
vagaries.
brighter with you having all of that experience on there.
I like that.
So,
All right, Viddy.
that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Viddy.
It's a good read.
Yeah, it was. So it's Jennifer. Okay.
Will me and my daughter relocate next month? April 2024. Okay.
What deck do I want?
Well, how do you want to do that?
We could do it as a yes or no. Or
On
three
you.
cards.
Okay.
We'll throw three cards, and then if it doesn't look clear at all, we'll throw the yes or no.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a yes no. Okay. Either way.
I just now said what I was going to do.
I'm good.
I know, but see, people change their minds, and you just need to know that. You sort of feel like once a course is set in motion, it has to stay in motion. And I'll be with you presently as soon as I get this undone.
Are you trying to use that deck?
I want to use this deck, so I have to get them out of
Okay.
here. Would you like to try to open it for me?
I could try. Too bad I
I'm
don't
only
have my-
offering it to you because
Well,
it's
I
not
could
going to be
try.
possible.
Did you try, like, do you want to stick a pen through it? Would that help? Oh,
No, that probably won't help.
okay.
You're
Oh.
fine. You can go away.
Looks like that pouch has seen better days.
Most of my pouches are like that. I never seem to have the pouches that last.
Tell me about it, Violet. All right. Yes, he does. Okay.
So your first card is the Knight of Wands upright.
That sounds good.
And then the Six of Wands reversed. And then the Ten of Pentacles upright. So you are moving, perhaps. Here's the Coffin. And the letter. Okay, well, I guess I want you to start first then. You usually do. Go ahead.
Oh, why me? Okay. So the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands definitely sounds like movement. I think there's definitely the good potential that this could happen. I don't know what the middle card is.
Oh, I told you, it's the Six of Wands reversed.
Yeah, it was so long ago, though. Six of Wands reversed.
It was at least 3 minutes ago.
It's a tough one. So I feel there is movement here. There's definite movement here. And the Ten of Pentacles, that sounds like the two of you getting it together. You know, that sounds like family pulling it together. Where, I don't know, is your daughter young still? Is your daughter older and can help out with the finances? Whatever the case may be, it seems as though financially you will be able to pull this off, I think. Now, why the Six of Wands is reversed here, I'm not completely sure.
Somebody doesn't like this. Somebody else doesn't like it. Or
maybe. But the Six of Wands is also about victory. And so there may be some obstacles to getting there. There may be some delays. I know that the Six of Wands is often about recognition and it's about how people see you, but it can also be about support. Maybe some of the support you were expecting for this move is not going to come through. But I do feel here that you will make it. You will make it happen. You may have to, it might take most of the month for you to pull it together. I won't rule out that it might take a little bit past April too, but it's possible. And I gotta warn you, Mercury retrogrades, we all gotta move when we gotta move, but Mercury retrograde is really a tricky time to do a big kind of purchase and move like that, or, money expenditure.
her daughter is 8.
Okay. So, the letter and the coffin. I do feel here that it is possible that something is being terminated. Letter can be about a document. It's not necessarily news and a letter. It can be. It could be like a loan getting rejected, or like I said, support. A family member tells you, no, we can't bail you out right now. It could be something like that. It could also be a lease terminated or something like that. So I don't know if you're needing to move, but something is coming to an end here. So there is something that is going to fall through, but I sense forward movement and the ability for you to pull this off.
Well, I don't remember, or we didn't know all the particulars, so you're hoping to move in April, but maybe there is a lease involved, and so the lease would have to be terminated, and maybe it shows up here because that indicates itself as a problem because the lease was supposed to go on for further time or something like that. That may represent the sense of either something that either complicates it or will relieve it once it actually happens.
Huh.
But I agree with Banshee because I think the Knight of Wands says you're moving with courage and bravery. You're moving with confidence towards this goal. The Ten of Pentacles really does have a really unifying aspect to it.
It is about property. It can be about property or home, you know. So I do feel pretty positive about this.
Okay, so it isn't about a lease. Well, maybe this signifies the end to the search, that maybe the search is contained in the idea of the letter, the communication of where you're going, unless you already know where you're going. But that could be, the end of that, the end of having to be in that situation.
Well, I really think it might be that you will have some issues, maybe some place that you were hoping to get, it just doesn't come through. But I do think ultimately something positive is going to happen.
Yeah, I feel that way.
And if it's not April, I think it's not that long after. I think that something, though, might be a little bump in this road. Maybe there's some snafu because of Mercury retrograde. So I won't rule out that there's going to be some complications here. That's what it looks like to me, but I sense forward movement, and I wish you luck with that, Jennifer.
Good luck, Jennifer.
Okay, Nagar is up, and one came into my life to do exactly what my father has done to me. Is it true that? Like taking from me and giving it to another woman. I see. Okay, you just want to know what's going on in the
All right.
situation. Okay, we're going to take a look at that, Nagar.
All right.
Let's see what we've got.
And thanks for joining the show tonight.
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience, everyone. We usually normally do about 20 readings, give or take, in a 2-hour period with a little bit of overtime.
We did a little less today, but
Thursday tends to be a slower night. Our Sunday is usually quite busier, and we're on Sundays 2 to 4 p.m. And believe it or not, even though it's Easter Sunday, we will be here 2 to 4 p.m. So no deviled eggs until later.
deviled eggs?
Oh, wait, I don't make deviled eggs.
Are we going to color eggs together?
Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. I used to color eggs with our granddaughter,
I
but
know.
that's been so many years now.
It's true.
I should ask her if she wants to come by and do
Oh,
some
jeez.
eggs. No, don't got time for it. Schedule's too busy.
She's a busy girl in her last year of high school.
I was thinking about myself being too busy.
And us too.
She's 18.
All right. Ooh. Wow, we gotta talk. It's not gonna be advice, but
Easter's just dinner. That's all. It's not
sometimes there's a
religious
little advice ladled into the cards, Nagar. I know you're not looking for it, but it may come out as I throw this card out there. It's the Tower. Upright. It is Death reversed. Wow. And it's Justice reversed. I want to see those Lenormand. I'm curious about
You
something.
do.
What are they?
The cross in the book.
Well, Igar. The Tower is an interesting card in the tarot. It is in its upright element, but it does say that something just wasn't meant to last. Something wasn't meant to last the test of time. There was something faulty right from the start with this. And like you said, you were wondering about one, if they came into your life to, do what your father did. Well, maybe. Sometimes cycles in our lives, whether they happen to us directly or happen to us in the family, they repeat themselves. There are lessons to be taken away from this. That's the advice. Part of this card is there are lessons to be taken away from this experience so that you can build better going forward now. Build a better relationship, build a better life for yourself, whatever the case may be. But it definitely seems like right from the get-go, there was issues. Let's take this one card at a time.
Okay. And I guess that could be that. The idea here is that maybe there's a sense of an ego involved, the ego of saying that my dad was or wasn't right about these things, and that therefore, it was about taking that chance or not, but it was a crash and burn.
Okay. So Juan, not your dad, this relationship, which may mirror the relationship that your father had with his wife, it looks as though there was an unwillingness to change. There was stagnation, and also I might say that this whole thing just seemed, and I don't know if this was just Juan's perspective on things. He didn't want to grow this. He wanted to let it go or decay, which means clearly he didn't do anything to support building a solid relationship.
And in fact, you speak or asked as if it was maybe a lesson that you should have learned, but maybe it's a lesson both of you needed to have in some form, too, Juan as well. And I sort of feel that was all challenged. I'm just going to drop down to the Lenormand and say that the book represents knowledge. The book represents finding out the things you should have. But maybe what you found out was that this is more about disappointments, right?
Yeah, but I'm not ready to go there.
Okay.
So I want to go card at a time. But that's okay. Go ahead.
Well,
that's about long-term grief and suffering generally.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
that's what was appreciated.
And what is that card again?
Justice reversed.
Yes, justice reversed. I really feel here there was some very unfair, unbalanced treatment going on here. You were taken advantage of in some way is my feeling on this. And clearly with justice reversed, this could indicate to me a divorce or a breakup or something that is just gone wrong. And I feel that this was that you had been treated unfairly here in this whole thing. And I'll go ahead.
I'm just trying to get to the point of their question is whether or not this was meant to happen to be like what their father did.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know that we're getting there.
We did.
Okay.
I think they're asking if that person had come in their life to do exactly what was the father did in, his relationship. And yeah, I'm thinking that basically, yes, it kind of affected your relationship with Juan. Things were not stable. Things have not been stable. Things have been stagnating, and an inability for Juan to want to change or to do things to grow things in a more positive and constructive direction, and that they've treated you very underhandedly and unfairly. And if that's the way you felt it was with your father, I can't argue that sometimes cycles repeat themselves. Sometimes that does happen. But you can learn from this, as Mr. O said. He was getting ahead of things here a little bit, but he was very right about the book here. Learn from this sorrow. Learn from this experience. Learn from what you experienced even in your family, with what your father had done. You can grow from this. You do not have to get stuck by this. You can grow from this.
All right.
So, were you happy with what you said with the Lenormand?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. That's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that. I hope that answered your question. Did we not answer it? I hope we did. Hey, you're welcome. Okay, we are on Lilith. What are the obstacles in my way that I don't recognize and I can get over, romantically or otherwise? How do you want to do that one?
It's just another question. Just toss the cards.
Oh, 3 cards? I was just wondering if you thought my reading would apply. I'm not so sure. That's why I was asking. Just 3 cards is fine if you think so.
Okay.
Let's do it.
And if Kara's still here, I'm using the deck with you-know-what on it.
Take care, Nagar. Oh, I've got a little break in this card. Ooh. I wonder if I can fix that.
Say it loud.
The nudie deck.
She actually said naked. Kara said naked. Uh-oh. It's not just ladies.
Uh-oh.
It's...
Mr. O's going to get us X-rated.
Well, we've used this deck before. It's the reversed Six of Swords. He's got some abs down there, but that's all you see. You don't get below that essential area. Plus, the lights are on, so it's very light. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess he's always nude, too. It's the Eight of Wands with Cerberus, a naked doggy.
Is that upright?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
okay.
upright.
Okay.
And then finally, it's the Seven of Pentacles upright. With
Wow, this is a
loincloth
tough one as far as your
Hercules.
question goes. Well, the Six of Wands. So you're saying, what are the obstacles in your way you don't recognize and that you can get over romantically or otherwise? With the Six of Wands, Swords, I'm sorry, Six of Swords reversed here is indicating to me that you're kind of stuck in maybe old patterns. You're maybe stuck in old ways of doing things, or you can't seem to let go of something that you have been through. That you could move to a better place, whether it's romantically or otherwise, but you seem locked in by either old patterns of behavior or thinking, or just an unwillingness to move forward.
I sort of see me doing them as a stretch, so maybe you want to go on. And then I'll do
Okay,
it.
that's fine. With the eight of wands here, I did want to say that I feel that you just need to apply your energy more towards moving forward in a more positive, constructive way. Letting the past go, moving forward now to conditions that you deserve in your life, that you want in your life, that will re-energize you, that will reinvigorate you, that will make you motivated. You've got the ability to do that. And with the Seven of Pentacles here, I will say this is going to require some stepping back a little bit and giving this more thought. What is holding you back is the question, all right? And I think it has to do, like I said, with either patterns of behavior or an inability of wanting to make the moves and applying more of your energy into this. And I guess I'll just go finish with the Lenormand here. I think what this is saying is committing yourself to networking more, talking to others, to being around people, or just communicating more with people at this time. I think it would help you. It just would help you to be more, socially active, and maybe even if it's social media active, whatever the case may be, commit yourself to that.
I'm not exactly sure that these cards show the obstacles, but here's what I see. This itself is the idea that there is an obstacle. It was that reversed Six of Swords. And so the obstacle may be that there's something that you have failed to do or that you needed to do, and so you need to go back and do that, or you need to consider what resolves or brings closure to that. Perhaps it is the idea that what is the obstacle is that you sort of have a target and you have to get there. And so maybe this card here, the Eight of Wands, is suggesting that you should enjoy the journey rather than just trying to achieve the goal. Direct speed or energy and achieve the goal. And the goal may be, as far as relationships or whatever else is going on, you say romantically or otherwise, is to stand up for yourself in a certain way. That maybe, in past relationships you haven't always felt you were an equal partner, or that you got put upon, and so you need to stand up for yourself. So I'm not sure if I see obstacles there so much as just seeing a resolve to move in that direction to address these things. With the Lenormand, I think Banshee has it pretty much right. It's about really being committed to the idea of keeping open communications and being aware of communications by networking or by talking to people to figure out what it is you can do to change things, to move through your obstacles, or to address things from the past that still haven't been addressed.
Like that.
I hope that helps.
Oh, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Lilith. All right, we are on John, and you know what? I'm going to have you use the deck since I'm using the deck for Violet's reading. So you can go ahead again.
Okay, let me take a look.
And his question,
You're welcome, Lola.
what's the deal with this guy who's always in my energy? What does he want?
Okay, I'm going to use the Karma Music Tarot.
Oh, jeez. Well, we'll get to that.
It's a reversed Ace of Coins. It's the reversed moon. And it's the upright Five of Cups.
Oh. Well, it gets micier.
It's the mice. And the whip. Uh-oh.
Well, these aren't very positive. I'm just trying to work with this here. I think you're going to find out something. The moon, I want to start with that moon reversed in the middle here. It's either going to come from within, that your gut is finally going to make you realize something here, or, it's just going to come out. Information, knowledge will be obtained. And I think it's going to be somewhat disappointing, I have to say. The Five of Cups is here, and it's upright, and that often talks about disappointment, possible loss, a sense that, that something isn't working out here, that maybe if you were hoping for something to happen or develop here, it's either delayed or not going to happen. And it's going to create some disappointment. And I do think that I'm going through this fast because it just seems to fit. The whip and the mice indicates to me that there could be some arguments or some quick stress or that's coming because of this. The good news is with the mice is this is very temporary. I think that something is going to be revealed and it's going to set something in motion that you will be able to finally just get over it. But I think here that you're not going to be happy if you were expecting something to happen or develop out of this.
I almost get the feeling like, and I don't know if you know them personally or just through the internet or some other mechanism, but that maybe they might have been trying to scam you in
See.
some way to get something from you, most likely money. That's the Ace of Coins. But I think you will find this out that basically the reason why they're not interacting with you is that they probably realize they're not going to get anything from you. And that disappoints them. They might have felt that there was more to achieve with you. Maybe this might have turned into a different situation, but it probably needed to go the way they wanted it to go before that would have happened.
Your information really explained the Five of Cups a little bit more in detail to me here. Because, the Five of Cups speaks of disappointment, but the funny thing about it is three cups are usually depicted as being overturned, like emptied, and that's what you're disappointed about. And then there are two left standing. And I can't help but wonder if you feel here, right, you're disappointed because you feel there's unfinished business. And, I'm not going to go ahead with the scam thing. I'm not going to rule out what he said. But I think here that you're just disappointed that this beginning did not take off and that some more information needs to come out. Something needs to come out or be said that hasn't been said. And this, all I'm saying is that it just seems as though maybe why this is here, the whip and the mice, is that you're either going to get over this or maybe something will happen to clear the air. But I won't be still happy. I mean, it won't turn out any better, but maybe it will resolve things a little bit.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a scam or taking advantage in some way, but it might have been something that they wanted to interest you in working on together, and it just wasn't going to work out for whatever reasons. Maybe they didn't have it together to really do this, or maybe you weren't interested, or maybe something else. But with that Lenormand, I think that is the idea that you're going to realize it's probably not going to work out again, and take actions to relieve or remove whatever annoyance is in there. And so that is mostly probably just, deleting him from, your phone or whatever it is, the way of connecting, or you just won't be.
The other thing I thought about when I saw the whip and the mice is that maybe you need to just, it might be more trouble than it's worth to reopen this. I mean, what you find out may not make you very happy. So it might be more trouble, cause you more trouble than it's worth to reopen this. That's one thing that came up when I saw that. But
a lot of times the whip is just a fast action that gets things out of the way that need to get out of the way.
Whips are also aggressive. Whips, you put some power into that.
Right, no
and
mistake.
Of course it's with the mice. And so that's what I'm saying is opening this up could maybe open up another can of worms. So it's up to you, but I think that, it's not going to make you any happier to find this
Sorry
out.
about that.
Yeah. Sorry, John.
All right, thanks
Good
for
luck
coming
with that.
back. And that means it's hard when you don't feel like you had the closure you wanted, and you just have to accept the closure that you got.
Well, and you probably didn't want closure at all, but
Right.
to have closure and things hanging and left unsaid, whatever, that's rough. Yeah, definitely rough, Mr. O. Violet wants to know, check in with Uncle Alan, what does he think of all my spiritual and personal progress lately? What does he want to say about the memories that surfaced for me today? Hey, you're welcome, John. Good
You're
luck.
welcome. Good luck.
All right, let me get my deck. And where did I put
Let's
it?
look at her question. Oh. Somehow he came up in your thoughts, and because we're approaching the Mercury retrograde, maybe there's a possibility that something will connect you again. That's interesting. If it's been a long time. Good luck.
Well, too, be careful if something happens during Mercury retrograde with the communication, because things can get misunderstood and it's a tricky time.
It's okay, Violet. I just realized that too. Well, we're going to do that though for you, Violet, so don't worry.
All right, you are welcome.
Alrighty.
Well, you've got the Hanged Woman, right? You've got the Eight of Cups reversed. That's interesting. And you got the Four of Wands, but it's reversed.
The cross. The ring.
Oh, wow.
They both have come up.
That is so wild.
I know.
Well, you know, there's some definitely interesting cards here from Uncle Alan, Violet. You know, the Hanged Man upright could mean a number of things to me. It could be that Uncle Alan wants you to look at the bigger picture of all of this. Not the little memories that are coming up, but the bigger picture. And he doesn't want you to get hung up and delayed on your journey forward, to move forward. He doesn't want you to hang with those memories. I really think this is more about that than your progress per se. But it is about your progress in that he doesn't want this to hang you up on your journey. And with the Four of Wands reversed here, it may be saying that he feels, you know, everything may not be totally where it needs to be at for you. That's why some of this stuff is surfacing. But you're not in a bad place right now. You're in a better place than you were. You just have to tend to some minor things. And, you know, I think you have a good attitude in looking at these memories and not hanging on to them. You know, I think here when I see the ring and the cross together, it is saying commit to dealing with the things that have caused you grief in your life. Just commit to dealing with them. And if it's letting them go, letting them drop away, that's fine. But if they are coming back to haunt you, maybe there's some little things maybe that you could do that will strengthen your, you know, your ability to cope with those things that have caused you all the grief in your life that resurface.
I think Uncle Alan is mostly pleased.
Yeah.
I think that the house, the foundation, the Four of Wands being reversed says that most things are really in a good enough spot, and that what you don't have that you still want is something that is still available.
Okay, I
now,
like that.
I think Uncle Alan sees you as a person who's willing to put out for people, to make sacrifices that help people. But at the same time, I think he thinks there's still some things you probably still need to think about from the past. I don't know what those are. I'm not going to say that's this thing or that's that thing. Maybe it's something Uncle Alan or others will reveal to you as time goes by. I agree totally with Banshee. I think this is about, you know, committing yourself to getting rid of all that, you know, to letting that go, to be letting it be exercised.
Yeah, committing yourself to just living a life of joy over grief. And I see that with what you're doing, you know. I think you are doing a good job of that. But I guess if these things are resurfacing, there must be something that you need to finish to move forward, to be done with. And, don't let it hang you up, Uncle Alan says. Just keep that forward movement going and putting yourself in the comfortable place you want to be in. And you deserve to be in.
Sometimes the Four of Wands is a metaphor for a physical house, but can also be a metaphor for a spiritual house, too. The place that you go to commune, or that space that you're in when you do that. So I think it's just saying it's going to always be there, and it may not be exactly what you want, but you can still work on improving it.
Interesting cards, I have to say. And this is such a beautiful deck. I love this deck, too. So it's up there on my list of favorites now. I really do love this deck. So I wish you luck with that. I think you'll do fine. You are doing fine. Things are going to surface. And if they are, I would say Uncle Alan would also say, hey, don't beat yourself up over this, Don't do that. Don't let it limit your joy, the joy that you deserve.
You're welcome.
Right there. So good luck with that. All right. That's what we have. We made it through the bickering and got through the readings. Now we can roll up our sleeves when the show is over and duke it out. Hey, I want to thank everybody for their patience with us today. We went a little bit into overtime, thanks to our moderator who keeps it all together when I screw up the list. And I hope everybody has a great day, a great rest of the evening, I should say, and a great week ahead. And hey, what? Yay!
Aren't you going to talk about it?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm you? Okay, Banshee says come and enjoy happy hour on Saturday.
Yes! Come and join us for happy hour on Saturday. Woohoo! Where we'll make everybody happy right before Mercury goes retrograde on Monday.
And we'll do our regular program, the Banshee's Material Matters, too, Sunday morning at 10 a.m.
And then join us for Easter Sunday readings. Maybe I'll try to think of a special Easter reading.
Maybe the Easter Bunny will make an appearance.
Maybe we'll have chocolate eggs by then.
No licorice jelly beans?
Oh, I guess I'll have to buy a bag or two of jelly beans. But they can't be all licorice.
Why not?
Because I don't like them.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great day, rest of your evening. We will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.